Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are ranking the worst essential metal albums of all time. These are the albums that are critically panned, everyone and their mother seems to fucking despise. These are the albums that get shit on the most. And I'm not talking about ones from bands where we actually hate. So I like all of these bands that we're going to talk about. They all have fantastic albums. There's just a couple of stinkers in the career. So we're going to rank it from, kind of stinky, bit of cheesy, bit of cheese stink, not too bad, to full-on skunk spray. So, I guess, before I get started, let's mention the albums in question. So, we have Saint Anger by Metallica, Risk by Megadeth, Illa Divinum Insanus by Morbid Angel. We have Virtual 11 by Iron Maiden. We have Cold Lake by Celtic Frost. We have Diabolus in Musica by Slayer. We have Forbidden by Black Sabbath. Demolition by Judas Priest. Path of Totality by Korn. And Supercharger by Machine Head. That wasn't in any order, I was just telling you the albums because I want you guys to rank them down below. Rank them before I get started with this video. No cheating now, no cheating. So put them from the least worst to the worst. And now, I guess, let's get stuck in ranking these piles of shit. So, coming in the least stinky position, Iron Maiden's Virtual 11. I kind of like this album. People shit on this album, and of course, I think it's the worst Iron Maiden album. I do think it's the worst Iron Maiden album, but it's not bad. So this one, I'm gonna fucking defend. People shit on this one. I kind of like Blaze Bayley's vocals on this one. I like some of the songs on this one. Como Estas Amigos is a great, underrated Iron Maiden song. The Klansman is one of the best Iron Maiden songs ever fucking written, and that's on this album. Holy shit, this album doesn't deserve all the hate it gets, in my opinion. This is a great album, and it doesn't deserve as much as the fucking flack as it gets. So, Virtual 11 is coming in at the number 10 spot for me. Don't think it should be on this list, but everyone else seems to think so, fuck you. Fuck you. Number 9, we have Diabolus in Musica. Again, not quite as terrible as people say. I do much prefer Virtual 11 to this. I think there is a big gap, but this is fine. This isn't absolutely awful. I've heard way worse albums than this. It's still kind of thrashy. It's a bit punkier than a lot of the Slayer albums. It definitely sounds different to, Rain in Blood, South of Heaven. I mean, that's more doomy. Hell Awaits, Show No Mercy. It sounds different to all of them. But it's not terrible. There's still some catchy songs on here, so I'm going to kind of defend Diabolus in Musica as well, because I don't think it deserves as much hate as it gets. I don't think it deserves as much hate as it gets. It's an okay album. It's an okay album. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just fine. It's just fine. So it's going to come here in the number 9 spot. Closely following it is Risk by Megadeth. Megadeth. They took a risk making this album. Definitely different to everything they've fucking done. And it definitely didn't pay off because it's not as good. It's definitely not as good. But is it terrible? I mean, it's almost terrible. But if you go into it with a different mindset, like, this is going to be weird, this is going to be different, this isn't going to be as good as Rust in Peace, Peace Sells, all these fucking classic albums, even Endgame, anything like that, you might have some fun, you might enjoy it. It's definitely a well-produced and well-executed album, but it's just different. It's a different album, kind of like Diabolus in Musica, which is, a lot of times people hate things because they're different. Because we're only human. We see something different, we hear something different, and we're like, that's fucking shit! And the same goes for this one. But I would much rather listen to Diabolus and Virtual 11 over Risk. So, the Risk didn't really pay off for me, coming here at number 8. Next up, oh boy, I'm gonna get my ass kicked for this one, The Path of Totality by Korn. Another Risk. There's a theme here. Bands take risks, they don't pay off. This one, I can kind of get behind. I didn't hate dubstep when it came out. I like dance music and trance music, so I'm fine with this one. But in the context of the discography for Korn, yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit not good. But I don't hate it. I do not hate this album. I think it's fine. Get Up. What's the fucking one with Skrillex? I think there's 2 with Skrillex. There's another one. I've completely fucking forgotten it. But they're fine. No, the album as a whole, it's fine if you like that kind of music. If you don't like that kind of music, this will be number 1 on your fucking list. You will hate this. You will despise this. Because I don't mind it. It's coming a bit lower, but I can definitely see that a lot of people are gonna fucking hate this, and do hate this. So I understand this being on the shit pile. But I don't think it's shit. In my opinion, I kind of like it. It's alright. Still rather listen to the ones I mentioned. But this is definitely a risk that I guess didn't pay off at all. And the newer Korn definitely sounds better with albums like The Nothing, Serenity of Suffering, stuff like that. This one, Path of Totality, and the one after it, not so much. So yeah, it's coming here. Next up, we have Forbidden by Black Sabbath. Yeah, I think this is worse than the Korn album. Why is that? Holy shit. I don't... Just the fucking songs are crap. The songs are crap. I'm not going to defend this one. I defended the others. I defended the others. This part of the list and onwards, I'm not going to fucking defend. Because this just is like a head-scratching moment in their career. Like, what is going on? Rap on the first song? What? That's one of the better songs in the album. Is very directionless, very weird. Again, more risks, very different to stuff they've done before. They were kind of trying to change with the times, and it didn't quite work. Don't try and fit in to be something you're not. It kind of seems like that meme where Steve Buscemi's like, "Hello, fellow kids." It's kind of like that with Black Sabbath. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay as you are. You're fine as you are. You don't need to change. You don't need to change to be someone else. You're fine as you are. So, Forbidden should be forbidden from existence and burned in a fucking 7th layer of hell. Forbidden is not good. It's not fucking good. And it's the last one with Tony Martin. I love Tony Martin's albums. Headless Cross is amazing. It's one of my favourite albums. It's a great album. Tear's amazing as well. But fuck, this album can fucking jump off a cliff. Coming in at number 5, we have Demolition by Judas Priest. I know I slammed that one really hard, but this one, I just can't get into even more. This is even fucking worse. And they didn't... it's not like they tried something different on this one, so I can kind of give credit to Forbidden, I guess, for trying something different. This one is just like Jugulator, but worse, less memorable, worse songs, the singing's shitter. What happened, man? Tim Ripper Owens, what the fuck happened? I love Judas Priest, one of my favourite bands, but this isn't good. Although, I'd much rather listen to this than Nostradamus, so maybe I should put Nostradamus on here. 2 hours of fucking concept-y nonsense bollocks, fuck that. This is better than that, but again, it's one of the blemishes in an otherwise fantastic discography by Judas Priest, so yeah, Demolition, it's going here. Next up, Supercharger by Machine Head. Oh god. Oh my god, what the fuck kind of... Yeah, do you remember these days? Machine Head in these days with the fucking spiky hair and the fucking pants, the baggy pants and everything. Oh god. This album is unlistenable. This album is unlistenable these days. I'm not a big fan of Machine Head at all anymore, but this album and, most of the albums, but this album especially, it's fucking awful. It's fucking awful, man. Catharsis as well, god. I could put loads of Machine Head albums here, but this one is just hard to go back to. It's kind of like a lot of new metal bands where it's hard to go back to, but stuff like Korn and stuff like that, the albums, they're still fantastic to this day. Machine Head's old ones, Burning Red's still great, but a lot of the rest, not for me. So for me, this is personal bias, this one. This one's going here because I just fucking don't want to listen to it. I'd listen to Forbidden over this. So yeah, fuck this album. Top 3 now. Top 3 pieces of shit. Number 3, Cold Lake by Celtic Frost. Oh god. Cold fucking Lake. It started raining as well. I'm talking about it. It doesn't want me to talk about it. Cold Lake. Celtic Frost went glam. What the fuck happened? What the fuck? I don't even mind glam. This is kind of an evil version of glam as well, but it's not Celtic Frost, man. It's not Celtic Frost. Does this sound anything like To Megatherion? Fucking hell no. Fucking hell no. Does it sound anything like Monotheist? Fucking hell no. I'm glad they came back with Monotheist. Like, oh my god, what a great fucking album that was. But this, again, blemish in the discography. Fucking, it stands out like a sore goddamn thumb. It stands out, and what the fuck were they wearing during this era as well? What the fuck were they thinking or smoking? Yeah, cold lake. Makes you want to just jump in a lake, a cold one, and then not resurface. Fucking drown with Excalibur. You just want to drop down dead to the bottom of the ocean. Because this album fucking sucks. So here it comes. Top two. Top two worst albums. Number 2 is Saint Anger by Metallica. I cannot listen to this album. This is an unlistenable album again. This is unlistenable, like Machine Head's. Fucking unlistenable. The snare drum. It's constant throughout every fucking song. It's like that fucking poem by Edgar Allan Poe with the heartbeat into the floorboards and he's going crazy with paranoia. It's like that. That's what this album is. It makes you go crazy. You can't listen to anything from this because it sounds fucking awful. Maybe redo the album, because some of the songs are pretty good. Redo the album, sort out the mixing, add some solos in. What the fuck are the solos? Add some solos in, redo it. It would be a good album, it would be a fine album. You know, because some of the songs like Saint Anger Around My Neck. It's okay, it's catchy. Frantic Tick-Tock. It's cool. But then then it's just like ding 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 ding. I can't listen to this fucking album. I really want to just punch someone when I listen to this album. I hate it. I hate it. 0 out of 10. And there's one worse. So let's get to that. So my number 1 spot. We have Illa Divinum Insanus by Morbid Angel. This is even worse. I guess you could say it's more listenable, but I want to kill myself after the track 2. At least I can finish Saint Anger. I'll be annoyed as fuck, but I can finish it. I can't finish this one. Too extreme. Who came up with these lyrics? Who came up with these song titles? Why is it fucking industrial? What happened to Morbid Angel? I think this one irks me the most because the other albums are so fucking fantastic. Gateways to Annihilation is beautiful. Formula's Fatal, fucking amazing. Altars of Madness, one of the greatest death metal albums of all time. Blessed are the Sick, Covenant. Oh my god. Then this comes out, shits on all that legacy. Shits on all that legacy. Nah, I can't do it. This has got to be number 1. It's got to be number 1. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? This mixture of industrial nonsense? Too extreme! No, I can't do it. This is awful. This is fucking awful. Illa Divinum Insanus is easily the number 1 worst album from the shit pile of albums we just talked about. So that was a bit of fun, ranking the worst of the worst albums that are critically panned. Hopefully you guys had some fun. Let me know down below what you thought of these albums. Did you like any? Did you hate any? Did you hate any more than me? Put your own rankings down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.